Question number 1. Which educational psychologist is known for his theory of meaningful learning, highlighting that students learn best when new information is linked to their existing knowledge structures, often using advanced organizers to facilitate understanding? Letter A. John Dewey. Letter B. Kurt Lewin. Letter C. David Ausubel. Letter D. Max Wertheimer. The correct answer is letter C. David Ausubel. David Ausubel is best known for his theory of meaningful learning, which emphasizes that learning becomes meaningful when new information is connected to what the learner already knows, their existing cognitive structure or prior knowledge. He introduced the use of advanced organizers, which are tools or techniques like summaries, charts, or conceptual overviews presented before learning new material. These help students relate new ideas to their existing knowledge, making it easier to understand and retain information. For example, before teaching the process of photosynthesis, a teacher might first review students' prior knowledge about plants and sunlight using a concept map or a brief explanation. This prepares their minds to understand more complex concepts like chlorophyll and glucose production. By doing this, the teacher is applying Ausubel's principle of meaningful learning, ensuring that new lessons build upon what students already understand rather than just relying on rote memorization. Question number 2. Before teaching a lesson on electrical circuits, Mr. Santos gives his students a diagram showing a simple circuit and highlights the main components and their relationships. He also explains how each part functions within the circuit and how it relates to concepts they learned in previous lessons. This strategy is an example of letter A. Advanced organizers. Letter B. Concept mapping. Letter C. Guided discovery. Letter D. Hands-on demonstration. The correct answer is letter A. Mr. Santos' strategy of presenting a diagram and explanation before the lesson is an example of using an advanced organizer, a concept developed by David Ausubel. Advanced organizers are introductory materials given before actual instruction to help students connect what they already know with what they are about to learn. These can be diagrams, outlines, summaries, or concept explanations that provide a big picture view of the topic. In this case, Mr. Santos uses a diagram of a simple circuit and connects it with students' prior lessons. This helps them understand and organize new information about electrical circuits more meaningfully. Question number 3. Ms. Lopez reviews the class of mammals and then introduces dolphins as a specific example of mammals. This teaching strategy is letter A. Superordinate subsumption. Letter B. Correlative subsumption. Letter C. Comparative subsumption. Letter D. Derivative subsumption. The correct answer is letter D. Derivative subsumption. It is one of David Ausubel's learning processes. Occurs when new information is linked to a broader concept the learner already understands. In Ms. Lopez's lesson, students know that mammals are warm-blooded, have hair or fur, give birth to live young, and feed them with milk. When she introduces dolphins as another example, students connect this idea to their prior understanding of mammals. This connection helps them realize that, despite living in water, dolphins share the defining traits of mammals. The learning becomes meaningful because the new concept is anchored to existing knowledge. Question number 4. Mr. Cruz begins a biology lesson by reviewing the characteristics of different species of plants and animals that students have previously studied. He then introduces the broader concept of ecosystems, explaining how these species interact and depend on one another within their environment. This strategy is an example of letter A. Superordinate subsumption. Letter B. Correlative subsumption. Letter C. Comparative subsumption. Letter D. Derivative subsumption. The correct answer is letter A. Superordinate subsumption. It occurs when learners already know specific examples and then learn a broader concept that unites those examples into one general idea. It moves from specific to general, helping students organize and understand information at a higher level. For example, the students already know about different species like fish, frogs, and plants. When the teacher introduces the concept of an ecosystem, students realize these species interact and depend on each other, forming one larger system. The new, broader concept like ecosystem organizes all the smaller ideas they already learned. This is superordinate subsumption. Question number 5. Ms. Davila asks students to review their previous lessons on the American Revolution before introducing the French Revolution. She highlights both the shared causes, such as taxation and social inequality, and the differences in outcomes, leadership, and strategies used. By connecting new information to prior knowledge while emphasizing similarities and differences, this teaching strategy demonstrates: letter A. Correlative subsumption. Letter B. Comparative subsumption. Letter C. Derivative subsumption. Letter D. Superordinate subsumption. The correct answer is letter B. Comparative subsumption. From David Ausubel's theory of meaningful learning, it occurs when new information is connected to previously learned knowledge by highlighting similarities and differences. This helps learners refine, differentiate, or reorganize their understanding of concepts. In other words, it's learning by comparison, showing how the new topic relates to what students already know, including both commonalities and distinctions. In the scenario of Ms. Davila asks students to recall their knowledge of the American Revolution before introducing the French Revolution, highlighting similarities such as taxation, social inequality, and the desire for political change, as well as differences in outcomes, leadership, and strategies used. By doing this, she helps students connect new information about the French Revolution to their prior knowledge of the American Revolution while emphasizing how the two events are alike and different. This approach exemplifies comparative subsumption, which uses comparison to make learning meaningful, organized, and easier to understand. Question number 6. Mr. Cruz reviews students' prior knowledge about veins and arteries, then introduces how these blood vessels work together with the heart to circulate blood throughout the body, helping students expand their understanding of the circulatory system. This is an example of letter A. Comparative subsumption. Letter B. Derivative subsumption. Letter C. Correlative subsumption. D. Superordinate subsumption. The correct answer is letter C. Correlative subsumption. It occurs when new information is linked to prior knowledge but also expands or modifies it, leading to a deeper and more comprehensive understanding. In this case, Mr. Cruz reviews what students already know about veins and arteries, the basic parts of the circulatory system. Then he introduces how these vessels work together with the heart to circulate blood throughout the body. This new lesson adds to and enriches students' prior understanding, showing how the parts interact as a whole system. The difference of correlative to superordinate in this same situation is: the correlative expands and deepens their existing knowledge, while the superordinate will introduce the circulatory system as a new, broader concept that includes veins, arteries, and the heart. The new learning is more general and the old knowledge fits under it. Question number 7. Mr. Cruz uses a timeline diagram to show the rise and fall of ancient civilizations before teaching the detailed events of each. He also tells a short story about a day in the life of a farmer in ancient Egypt to help students connect with the topic. This strategy is an example of letter A. Expository advance organizer. Letter B. Comparative advance organizer. Letter C. Relational advance organizer. Letter D. Narrative, graphic organizer. The correct answer is letter D. Narrative, graphic organizer. In the situation of Mr. Cruz uses two types of tools, a timeline diagram and a short story to help students understand and connect with the topic before detailed discussion. The timeline diagram visually shows the rise and fall of ancient civilizations, helping students see relationships and sequences in history. This makes it a graphic organizer, which helps learners organize information visually. The short story about a farmer in ancient Egypt helps students relate emotionally and contextually to the lesson. It is a form of a narrative organizer, which uses storytelling to make learning meaningful and relatable. Together, these are examples of a narrative and graphic organizer, because Mr. Cruz combines visual aids, timeline, and storytelling to prepare students for deeper learning and connect new historical content to their existing knowledge and experiences. Question number 8. Ruth has a long article to read for her assignment, but she only has a few minutes. She quickly glances through the headings, subheadings, and first sentences of paragraphs to get the general idea of the text. This reading strategy is called Letter A, scanning, Letter B, skimming, Letter C, intensive reading, Letter D, summarizing. The correct answer is Letter B, skimming. It is a reading strategy where a reader goes through a text quickly to get the main idea or general sense without focusing on every detail. It often involves looking at headings, subheadings, keywords, or the first sentences of paragraphs. In the question, when Ruth has limited time but wants to understand the overall content of the article, she glances through headings, subheadings, and paragraph beginnings, which is exactly what skimming entails. It means that Ruth isn't reading every word, which would be intensive reading, or looking for a specific piece of information, which would be scanning. She is simply trying to grasp the main ideas quickly, making skimming the correct strategy. Question number 9. Mr. Tan provides students with a general overview of the respiratory system before diving into the specific processes of inhalation and exhalation. This helps students activate prior knowledge and create a mental framework, making it easier to understand and retain the detailed information that follows. Letter A, expository advance organizer. Letter B, graphic organizer. Letter C, comparative advance organizer. Letter D, relational advance organizer. The correct answer is Letter A, expository advance organizer. An expository advance organizer is used when a teacher gives students a general overview or broad concept before presenting detailed information. Its purpose is to activate prior knowledge and help students organize new information for better understanding and retention. In the scenario of Mr. Tan first provides a general overview of the respiratory system. This prepares students for the more detailed explanation of inhalation and exhalation that follows. By giving the big picture first, he helps students connect new details to what they already know, which is the core function of an expository advance organizer. Question number 10. Teacher Vic gives his class a table template to categorize different types of government. The democracy, monarchy, and dictatorship based on leadership, laws, and citizen participation. This instructional tool is an example of Letter A, expository advance organizer. Letter B, graphic organizer. Letter C, relational advance organizer. Letter D, comparative advance organizer. The correct answer is Letter B, graphic organizer. It is a visual or structured tool that helps students organize, categorize, and understand information. It allows learners to see relationships between concepts clearly and makes complex information easier to process. In this situation, Teacher Vic provides a table template for students to categorize different types of government such as the democracy, monarchy, dictatorship based on aspects like leadership, laws, and citizen participation. The table acts as a graphic organizer because it visually structures the information, helping students compare and analyze the characteristics of each government type. By using this tool, students can organize their thoughts systematically, which is the main purpose of a graphic organizer. Thank you for watching.